Warning, this is gonna upset some people. Boy, was I right. That video really rallied the trolls. Let's respond to some of the meanies together. Hey, it's Sarah. I've lived in Mexico for 10 years and I'm your guide to authentic experience in Mexico. Make sure you grab my Explore Mexico City cheat sheet down below. First, let me just remind the internet of something. Come here. This is mine. I am building this, and this is my bubble of the internet. So I decide what is allowed to be said and what the videos are going to be about. Constructive criticism is more than welcome, but racism, vulgar language, and just outright rudeness will not be tolerated. Stick around to the end of this video for an example of constructive criticism that actually helped me improve. If you want to see the video that caused all the hoopla, check it out up in the cards after you watch this one. So I'm going to go through a few of these comments and just insert the tone and the energy that I think it was given with just for fun. Gentrification! Invasion of Mexico! First of all, thank you for calling me part of the gentry. I am not, but thank you. Gentrification is a real social issue, and this is not about whether or not that's a good or bad thing. This is not a place for political debate or fighting about social issues. Simply put, I am not an example of gentrification. I pick up my own dog poop, and we have a car that's a 1991 paid-off van. I'm not going to share my personal financial information here because I don't owe that to anybody, but I'm definitely not driving up the prices anywhere. I'll tell you what does irritate me in connection with this, though. It's when foreigners come to Mexico and they expect everyone to speak English to them. Listen, if you come to Mexico, you got to learn how to speak the local language. They don't need to adapt to you. Obviously, if you're visiting and you need a little bit of help because you're struggling with Spanish, that's understandable, but we can't be coming here and expecting the Mexicans to learn our language. No, we've come into the Mexican bubble. We need to be able to speak Spanish. More on that in a second. On that note, do you need some Spanish lessons to get ready for your trip? Sign up for a class with a native speaker today at SeñoraSarahsClassroom.com. The second mean comment I want to respond to went a little something like this. I can't stand this attitude that the customer is always right. What's next? You're going to expect everyone to speak English to you in Mexico? Outrageous. This person was apparently upset that I expect to receive change when I purchase something for a reasonable amount of money. I have two things to say to this type of comment. First of all, you took my comment completely out of context. And I'm only going to consider reasonable criticism that's actually in the proper context. Don't be slinging your hate at me just because you hate Americans. And second, yo no espero que nadie me hable en inglés. Yo de hecho soy maestra de español para ayudar a los extranjeros para que puedan hablar en español con las personas que viven aquí en México. Siento que las personas que van a venir a México más para vivir tienen que a fuerzas aprender español. Third mean comment. This is a compilation of comments that I'm simplifying a bit or making a little bit more YouTube friendly, but they go a little bit like this. Go back to your country! Get out of Mexico! I don't owe any explanations to this, but my family lives in Mexico, so no. Also, this sort of comment makes you an absolute embarrassment to your fellow countrymen. Mexicans are generally very hospitable, kind, sweet people. Don't stink it up and make people hate them because of your nasty attitude. What do you think about doing a video like this responding to mean comments? Should we respond to the comments or should we just ignore them? Comment below and let me know what you think. The fourth kind of mean comment went something very original, very creative, and it was, "You're a Karen." To this, I have to say, if you choose to go around labeling strangers on the internet as Karens because they're females with a perspective, then you're going to do that no matter how correct or well defended my points are. If having an opinion and sharing it here on my own channel makes me a Karen, then change my name. By the way, if your name is Karen, I am really sorry that the people of the internet have decided to use your name as an insult. I like the name Karen. Give me a like to help out this video. It really helps. Finally, as promised, I wanted to share a constructive kind of negative comment that helped me improve my channel. And this kind of thing is more than welcome. I did a video about 24 hours in Mexico City, the best things to see and eat. Check it out if you want to see what I'm talking about. And I got a comment on that video that went something like this: "You have a bit too many personal commercials." I had to sign off after the third or fourth one. Initially, this comment really irritated me, and I kind of went back and forth with the commenter, trying to defend my position and explaining why I thought I had the right to advertise in my own YouTube videos, which I do. But after a while, I thought about what they said, and I realized they were right. That person helped me to improve my channel and insert my own little ads or personal commercials in different ways that don't feel so intrusive and don't feel like you have to constantly be cutting to these commercials and interrupting the flow of the content. That comment, while it got on my nerves, actually helped me improve my channel, and I really appreciate it. This space here at my channel, Senora Sarah, is a place for you to be able to see the real Mexico and decide whether or not it's a place that you want to visit. I've been here for 10 years. I've stayed by choice. I am mostly about celebrating all the wonderful things that Mexico has to offer. I think visiting really changes your life for the better, but it is a real place, and there's not all 100% beautiful things. I may tell you about some of the negatives about Mexico, but once again, remember, I've stayed here for a decade. There's a reason for that. It's also a perspective that isn't for everybody. I am very much an American person that has moved to Mexico, and that is the perspective that I offer. I want to be sensitive to others out there, and it's never my intention to offend, but I do want to share the truth. And frankly, there are some people that are just determined to be offended in this world, and there's no room for them in the comment section here. Everybody won't like this channel, and that's okay. There's a YouTube channel out there for everybody. But I want you, my friend, who's interested in traveling to Mexico City, to feel comfortable commenting on what you like, what you don't like, or asking questions that you might feel a little awkward about without feeling like you're going to be shamed or attacked in the comments. So the comment section here on my channel is going to be kept free of hate. If you ever notice any hate in the comments, please let me know. As comments get more and more frequent, I may not be able to monitor them as much as I'd like to. Thank you so much for being here today. Make sure you binge watch the rest of my content about Mexico City, and I will see you next time. Nos vemos!